All right, just breathe. Hi, it's Jing. This is the second video I'm making for my self-care project. If you're just tuning in, I basically had twins a little bit over a month ago, and I have decided to do this video diary occasionally when I've had too much on my mind to kind of put out into the universe instead of it boiling in my head. This video I'm going to talk about anxiety. There's a lot of things that kind of boil in my mind even while I'm breastfeeding. I get in this daze when I'm breastfeeding and I think about all these things that could happen, whether it be about work, me going back to work, am I going to be happy? Also, what's going to happen when my mom goes back to the Philippines next month. It's actually less than a month. Monica's dad's going to help out. Is that going to be ample enough, help? Also, usually Monica's dad keeps Estelle busy and keeps her entertained and played with. So that's what he's good at. I'm not saying he's not good with like newborns and stuff, but my mom's all right with the newborns. There's some extreme stuff that she does with the babies at times. Which kind of gets me frustrated, more has more anxiety. And kind of elaborate on that. Now, this is my mom, and you have to be grateful that she's helping, and I mentioned it in the last video. But she's old school Filipino mom, and thinking that she, whatever tactics happened back over 30 years ago when, my siblings and I, were newborns. But a lot has changed, and I have to keep telling her that. But it's kind of annoying a little bit, and that's what kind of gets me frustrated. Again, I'm grateful for her help, but there are things that I'm telling her not to do, and she keeps doing it. And it's like a hot day today. Well, it's nice and cool, and babies' bodies are different than obviously adult bodies, because babies are trying to regulate their temperature, and I know it's hot because I'm like hot, and so they always say to dress babies the way you would want to dress. You don't want to overdress them or underdress them. So my mom has this thing about socks, that they have to wear socks all the time. Mind you, she's been living in the Philippines for the past a few years, coming back to the States every now and then, and she says she's freezing all the time because it's humid, it's hot in the Philippines, so her body temperature is totally different than obviously mine, being in California where there's 4 seasons. But she has these theories because of certain things, and like, oh, cold feet it's gonna give the babies gas, or I don't know, there's everything leads to gas, and my mom wants to soothe the babies all the time. And I said it's okay if the babies cry, because that's what babies do. And she kind of doesn't she gets freaked out like over the babies crying, and I keep telling her it's okay. So I get freaked out because I don't want her to freak out, so that's even stress on me a lot more. And I keep telling her, and I'm not afraid to say anything to her, but it's not sticking in her head. I think she's just, since me and my siblings, we came out fine, that she's like, hey, I did it with you guys, so you guys are fine. But it's like, I don't know, do I let her do these things? But it's just getting me frustrated, and I'm just getting annoyed by it, and I don't want to burst on her. And I'm calmly telling her, trying to educate her about certain things. There's that about my mom. I have to deal with it, but every time I need a break, she'll tell me to go take a break, or if I need to eat, she'll take care of the babies while I eat, and I love that. But there's some things that she just can't let go of. So with breastfeeding at night, I stopped tandem feeding. I'm not going to tandem feed till later on. So breastfeeding and just nights in general, for every 3 bed nights, there's probably 1 good night. And we had 1 good night earlier this week. The baby slept fine. They slept between 3 to 4 hours between each feeding, so it went down to 2 feedings. And I'm trying to let Monica sleep because she's back at work, and I try really hard not to bother her, but when we switch off with the babies, I make sure she checks to see if there is a diaper. She'll change the diaper, and then I'll have the baby latch on to me. Sometimes the babies are on my boobs probably for most is like an hour or even a little bit more. So it's hard when the other baby is ready to feed. It's like I'm not even done with the other baby, so it's like this endless cycle of like trying to switch off babies to feed. And we are co-sleeping, and I know a lot of people don't want to do that, or they see some bad negative things about that because of SIDS. We actually did it with Estelle. It's easier for us to breastfeed that way and nurse the babies. So we're going to continue on with that. It's hard at night. Last night I cried. I did cry. I cried because after I fed Richie for like 40 minutes, he did not go back. He didn't go to sleep. He just kept crying, and I kept like, you know, humming to him, and he wasn't like falling asleep. He didn't even have any sleepy eyes either. And it was, for me, I was just like thinking, Ari's gonna wake up and then she's gonna need to feed, and I didn't get like not even an hour of sleep in between each feeding. So that's like the bonus of tandem feeding, is that you know, one baby needs to, you wake up the other baby and put them on, and then they both, you know, have that feeding done. It's gonna get better. I know people tell me that. Twin moms tell me that all the time, it's gonna get better. But when is it gonna get better? Positive note, I love them. They're so awesome. They're adorable. They're cute. Their personalities are coming out, and I'm seeing more of their faces changing, and Ari's getting a little bit more chunkier because she was such a small baby. You can see in their cheeks and stuff. Again, having twins or having two babies is no joke, because they're going through the same growth spurt. They're going through the same milestones. They're going to the same milestones. So like Ari now is like cluster feeding a lot. It's like keep feeding her, and she's not satisfied. And I'm like, oh my goodness, am I ever gonna have time to even have lunch or even my coffee? That's the biggest thing, is like I'm trying to get to my coffee and it's cold. But I think that's, last night was like the third good cry I had since I came back. So that is it for my blurb for the day. Anxiety, as far as, you know, what I'm thinking about is going back to work. Are they going to be good enough to handle me being gone? Am I going to have enough milk supply? What if something happens where, you know, I don't know, the worst thing that could happen, obviously. I used to get them all the time with Estelle. It's weird because I wasn't a non-biological mom with Estelle, and I got anxiety every now and then with Estelle. But coffee helps when the sleepless nights are happening. And just waiting. It's a little bit over a month. I don't know if it's gotten easier or whatever. I can't tell. I'm just tired. My nipples are sore. They're so sore. Oh my goodness. Been doing nipple cream. Get that. That should be your best friend. There's other things that other people say to do, but it's just trying all these different things. I just want to get them nursed and then, you know, good to go. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to the first video. And again, remember, there's no structure to these videos. It's just me just blurring out. All right, guys, take care. We'll see you soon, I hope, just because there's a lot going on. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, hit me up on Instagram. That's where I do most of my discussing and chatting with people. I know you guys are gonna post stuff down below, but I'm rarely signed on to this account, so just go follow me on Instagram, put the link down below, and we can chat there. All right, thanks guys.